back here again to revisit the legend of the Bionicle as the third movie, Web of Shadows, finally now turns 20. The movie itself pretty much being set during the last few minutes of the previous movie, right in between the scene where they beat Makuta and then make it to Maanui, rather than just already going back to the present timeline of the story at that point, which would happen later on. It is only for them to find Metro Nui now being infested and overrun by giant robot tarantulas called Visorak that have turned it into Australia. The Toa end up getting captured by the Visorak, who were being led by Rudaka and Sidorak. It was only for the Toa Metro to get mutated into the Toa Hordika, who were essentially meant to be these half-Toa, half-Rahi hybrids, or robo-werewolves. Or furries, basically. It is only for Vikama, who went from the previous movie where he went from whiny and angsty to now being even edgier except super grumpy at the same time now, by going from listening to too much My Chemical Romance or Bring Me the Horizon and Pierce the Veil, to transitioning into an even edgier phase of listening to too much Linkin Park, Slipknot, and Deftones instead. It is only for him to be captured by the Visorak while wandering alone after a talk with Norik, the leader of the Rahaga, who were this team of Toa who were mutated by Rudaka after taking the Mask of Light or Evoki, and who were essentially half Turaga, half Rakshi hybrids. Vakama is held prisoner by Rudaka only for her to brainwash him, which causes his eyes to turn green. Later on, the rest of the Toa and Rahaga visit the Great Temple, only for Vakama to do a FNAF-style jump scare on Norik and capture the other Rahaga. Now for my overall thoughts on it. I definitely really do like the approach they did by having an even darker theme compared to the first two films, all because of it being in 2005 when it was super trendy at the time to give normally family-friendly series a darker, more serious or edgy theme. There is also the comparison between it and the biggest blockbuster of that year, Revenge of the Sith, the same way that the first movie was seen as ripping off Lord of the Rings. This is all except the main character, or the character the movie focuses on, was able to turn good again at the end. Also, with the end credits, rather than using some epic sounding orchestra like the first two movies, they used some rock song by some real band, which would be All Insane Kids, that was also used in one of the two commercials for that year. Also considering it has a female villain being the real deal and driving force that moves the film forward, apart from, yeah, I don't really want to go there, Well, even now, like the first two, I still find myself enjoying it and using it as a great way to prep every year for spooky season. In some ways, it really seems like an improvement compared to the first two. Well, that shall be it for a while, but one more up next, and that is definitely it.